Morning guys, Ben the Outdoors Air Gunner out here this morning with a very awesome replica air gun. This is the Ruger 1022 CO2 rifle. As far as replicas go, this thing has got it going on in spades. Stay tuned and you're going to find out why I like this one just so much. All right guys, here we are with the Ruger 1022 CO2 replica. This is brought to you by Umarex, and this thing is, as far as replicas go, you guys, this thing is like very realistic. And that's why I like it so much. It's not just, you know, some crappy CO2 rifle. This is actually a very well made, very well thought out and put together. Guys, if you saw this sitting on the shelf at your gun store, you'd hardly be able to tell that this was not an actual live fire Ruger 1022. And that's what makes it so cool. The only thing that maybe is a little bit, once you have it in your hands, kind of a giveaway is the stock. It's, you know, Ruger 1022s don't have some amazing stock, but this you can tell it's just a little bit more plasticky. But other than the stock, you guys, this is all metal construction. It's got metal. This up here, this breech is metal. And one of the coolest things about this is that just like on your normal Ruger 1022, it's actually tapped so you can put a rail on it. Now I've got a Monstrum rail, and then, or a Picatinny mount as you guys might like to call it, and then I've got this Monstrum little dot sight on here. I just thought it was pretty cool because for the type of shooting that this thing does, being that it's a CO2 177 cal pellet rifle, a little dot sight like this is fun, quick target acquisition, and it's definitely more than adequate for the type of ranges you guys are going to be shooting this at. So a little bit more info about the gun. What I like here is the design. Two CO2s go in the butt of the gun. They've got the tool right there included to tighten down the cap on those CO2s. Clicks back into place just like that, and you're ready to go. It can shoot this in both single or double action, which basically means you can pull this back and you're cocked, and then you're ready to shoot. It's got a little bit better trigger pull that way, or if you just want to rip them out, you can just pull the trigger and just let it rip and you're ready to go. I think for me, it gets maybe a little bit easier, like I say, easier trigger pull obviously in the single action, but honestly when you're shooting double action, if you're just ripping the shots out, you can see where that last pellet went. You can keep your gun on target, adjust for that, and you know, get the next pellet right where you want it. So, you know, it's hard to say which way is more accurate, but it's cool that that option is there. I like that they have gone ahead and included that as a feature for you guys. I guess, you know, really other than that, you know, there's not a whole lot more to say about this thing other than it's just a whole lot of fun. You know, when you're out here, you know, we've got all the space we need. I just yesterday was shooting my 17 HMR here on the range, you know, no problem. We got plenty of space, no neighbors close enough to where it would be, you know, breaking any laws or making anybody in any sort of danger. So that's cool where we're at. But for some of you guys who live with neighbors closer by, you know, in the city and in a regular neighborhood, you can't just go in your backyard and start popping off shots with your 1022. But if you like shooting your 1022 and you want to be able to shoot something in your yard, this thing is a great option. You know, it would be a fun gun to have, shoot with the younger shooters, and just be able to plink and practice in your yard if you like shooting a 1022. So I've got a target, I've got it set up out there. It's at about 15 yards right now. I think I might actually push it on back to a little bit closer to 20 yards. And I'm just going to try some offhand shooting. I'm using, let's see here. There we are. I'm using these RWS. These are the R10 match pellets. Seems like this gun shoots them pretty well. It actually has shot all the 177 cal ammo I've tested in it pretty well. So that's another kind of cool thing about it. It's not super pellet picky. So there you go, guys. Let's go ahead and reset the camera, get a camera on the target, and let's just have some fun plinking with a Ruger 1022. All right, guys, got the Ruger 1022 out here. Got a Dirty Bird kind of cowboy action target set up down there. I'm just gonna shoot offhand, have some fun, and we're gonna shoot some cowboys, I guess. Here we go. Oh yeah, this target right now, guys, just so you know, this is at 20 yards away from me right here. And you know, I think the sort of the max usable sort of distance on something like this is probably 25, 30 yards. So this is definitely well within that range where you can consistently hit and have some fun. So this is pretty cool, guys. What it has here is it's actually got a dropout mag, just very similar to what you'd have in a normal Ruger 1022. And then this little red guy here, you can actually get spares of those. I've only got one for the time being. I'd love to have more so that I didn't have to reload after every 10 shots. There we go, got another 10 loaded up. Pop that guy back in there and back into there, and we're ready to go. Let's put another 10 down range. And that's it. There you go, guys. Super fun. If you want to know more about this Ruger 1022, check out my other channel, Airgun Web. I'll put the link in here. I'll put it right down there, and I'll put it in the description below. If you like what you see here, that video is definitely worth checking out, because I do a full review of this thing, go through a bunch of different pellets with it. I shoot it over the Crony so you guys can see what sort of numbers it's actually getting. But this right here, this is just about getting it out, having a little bit of fun, getting you guys here on the Shooting Gear Reviews channel introduced to this thing. In case you didn't know, it was available, and yes, it's available. Yes, it's a lot of fun. And that's it for this video, guys. I'm Ben, the Outdoors Air Gunner, outdoors having a whole lot of fun with my guns, and I hope y'all are too. See you in the next video.